This has appeared on a few news organisations. The idea that people are offsetting retirement. Well, the whole concept of retirement in terms of history is only still relatively young. It's like people never really expected to have a retirement um, until relatively recently in world history. So the idea that people are continuing to work into their 70s shouldn't be a surprise. But why it's a surprise or why it's newsworthy is because, well, of recent history where you're like, oh, people should be able to get a pension or have superannuation or have a comfortable retirement. They should be able to finish working around the age of originally 60, then 65, now 70 and 75, depending on workplaces and timeframes, or maybe not even at all. And the idea was that not every worker would make it to retirement age. There was an expected, I mean, that's what actuaries are for, to work out how much of the working population were going to die before accessing retirement. Therefore, you only need to fund a pension scheme or a pension that supports maybe 80% of the initial working population, and people are going to remain on the pension for 5 to 8 years before dropping off the perch. That's why I don't like actuaries. They're scary people. They're accountants of death. Allow. So, yeah, 10% of men were working into their 70s just 20 years ago, and it's now 25%. So, I mean, a bit of a change. And yeah, retirement age is now 67. But if a quarter of men are working into the age of into their 70s, well, I still think the average age is only hold on a sec. Yeah, so the lift in the mandatory, like the age you can access pensions depends on when you enter the workforce. And so it's increasing to 67 and pushing forward. Again, actuarial tables. And yep, okay, there is that certain element of people want to be active in retirement. They want a reason to get up out of bed. It's a thing that quite a lot of people just drop dead the moment they stop working. Now, sometimes it's because they have to stop working for medical reasons. Other times it's just they lack motivation. They lack a reason to continue, and so give up. It's yeah. Now, people like this, like a professor, like of urology and things like that. Okay, it's a sort of job you could see someone continuing where you're no longer as hands on, but you're providing emeritus type stuff. Emeritus is the way to pronounce it. Senior knowledge.